Bring you guys along the journey today, the life as a captain in the fire department. To be honest with you, being a captain in the fire department is one of the best positions, in my opinion, in the fire department. You're in charge of a crew, you're in charge of an engine crew. You get to mentor guys, you get to train guys, you get to just develop firefighters and share your knowledge and wisdom with them. So I love being a captain. I've been a captain now for almost 2.5 years, and it has been a super great experience. And just like any leadership role, you have your ups and your downs, but I had a lot of ups. Was able to mentor a guy that actually got promoted as a captain now that I work with, so that was great. And I currently have a new guy under me that we're getting ready to do some driver's training. And he's a really great, motivated, driven guy, and I'm very excited to mentor him and get him spun up. But right now, about to get my gear on the truck, as you guys can see. We got to get on the truck, get ready for the shift. We're going to do some driver's training. I'll bring you guys along and show you some of the aerial training that we're about to do. Just trying to get him a little spun up before he goes takes his aerial class next month. So I want him to get familiar with the apparatus before he goes. So he'll kind of have a head start compared to the rest of the members in his class, which is great. But yeah, we're getting ready to do that, eat some breakfast, and then we got a few other activities going on for the day. That's why you always check your gear. Always check your gear. So as you guys can see, we just did some ladder operations. Basically just getting familiar with how to operate the ladder on the truck. He's actually about to take his class 3 weeks. So I just wanted him to get familiar with how to operate the ladder. So yeah, now it's time for punishment. Trust me, it's not on everybody's face. So one of the duties as being a captain, of course, you got administrative duties. In that it's 9:30 in the morning. I'm gonna go ahead and bang out most of my admin stuff, get that stuff done for the day, so I can kind of just cruise control for the rest of the day. But it's part of being a leader, you do have to do admin stuff. You kind of got to be a Swiss Army knife when you're a captain. But again, to me, this is one of the best positions in the fire department. It's all on how you look at it, man. It's all on how you approach the position. Ooh, that was good. You're probably wondering where we're at. We're actually in my PPE room. I'm in charge of the PPE program. PPE stands for personal protective equipment. So I'm in charge of making sure everybody has their firefighter gear, their boots, their helmet, their gloves, everything they need to fight a fire or do rescue, so stuff like that. So we're in my room. I am the program manager. I'm in charge of all the PPE for the department, and I also have 3 other guys that works with me on this program. So it's a group effort. We actually got this room looking very, very nice. When I took over the program 2 years ago, when I became a captain, we actually just did a lot of like work to get this thing to look like almost like a store. So as you guys can see, everything is like organized, neat. It looks like a store. And that was my whole plan. So like when we get somebody new, they can walk in and it's like an assembly line. They just go around and get everything they need. Everything is in a rotation. Everything they need to become a firefighter, or not become a firefighter, but everything they need to do their job as a firefighter. So yeah, we're in my PPE program. There's not much that went on this shift. Basically, I did a lot of admin work and stuff like that. Sometimes it's slow in the fire department. It is what it is. We don't run a lot of calls every single day. Some days you'll run a lot of calls. Some days you may run one. Some days you won't even run any. So today was just one of those days. Let's dive into post-Romania to now a little bit in this video. And like I said, each video I will talk about more of it until we're caught up, so that way it's not dragging it out. So after Romania, pretty much I came back and I slipped into a very deep depression. It was so bad to the point I was eating like crap. The physique I developed while I was in Romania, spending almost a year developing, I completely like just let it go and gained a lot of weight. And within a couple of months, lost the drive to working out, barely working out like once, maybe twice a week. And this lasted for about 5 to 6 months. I did seek help and started talking to a counselor, and I highly encourage that. If you're someone that's facing any kind of like mental issues, don't try to figure it out like I did, because some of those things you're not gonna be able to work out on your own. You know, you can try to work out like I did. You can try to do things that kind of like distract yourself, but at the end of the day, you probably need to talk to somebody. What got me into depression? While I was deployed in Romania, I was under a lot of stress as the fire chief and first sergeant. For the most part, the deployment was amazing, and it's an experience that I will never forget, and I'm glad I was able to experience it. But if you're in a leadership role, if you're a first sergeant, fire chief, whatever, if you're in some kind of supervisory role where you have to manage personnel, you deal with a lot of personnel issues. And that's what I faced towards the end of my deployment. Long story short, I deployed to Romania as a fire chief. I had four firefighting teams under me. I had 2 teams in Romania and then 2 teams in Bulgaria, which was 4 hours away. Bulgaria, a whole different country. So I was operating out of 2 different countries, right? 2 out of the 4 teams, 3 of those teams were part of my organic unit from South Carolina. So these are guys that I trained, grew up with. We all came together. The 4th team was an active duty team, active duty Army team that was attached to us for this mission. We get to Romania, you know, things start off smooth, and of course personnel issues kick in, and it got really bad towards the end. And maybe in the next video I'll kind of tap into what really happened, but long story short, the active duty unit that was attached to us brought all their effing problems to Romania. And dealing with that as a first sergeant, it was very, very stressful. It's like a part of my career that I will never forget, because I learned so much as a leader, and I felt like that was a true test as a leader for me, but it also drove me to be depressed. Coming back home, middle of COVID, I'm facing depression. You know, of course, life happens. My wife and I wanted to, start a family, but we were unsure about staying in New Jersey. So trying to find a job back in the South. So all these things was just going on. Things start to turn for the better. I'm a true believer that, we always go through trials and challenges in our lives, but if you stay strong and stay focused and maintain your faith, you'll get through it. That's kind of like what I did. And of course, when I was going through my depression, I was talking to someone, and that helped out a lot. I had a therapist, and I highly encourage that. But things started to get better. Was able to move back to South Carolina from New Jersey. I was actually trying to put in for a base outside of Atlanta, so that almost happened, which we were okay with as well. But We were able to come back closer to family because we knew we wanted to start our family, and we wanted our kids to be around family members. So post Romania, 6 months of that, that's where we're at. I'm gonna kind of end it here because I don't want to make this a long video. Like I said, I want to add more to each video about what's going on. So in the next video, stay tuned. We'll talk about what happened when we moved back here to South Carolina, which I think you guys like, because like I said, things start to get better. And of course, man, you know, you have challenges, but you have small challenges that you got to face. But again, things start to get better. Stay tuned for the next video. I appreciate you guys. Again, there will be a lot more firefighter content. Soon you will see a lot more working out content. I appreciate the support. Rate, subscribe, comment. If you're new to the channel, you enjoy the content, please subscribe, share the videos, like the video. If you guys have any questions about firefighting or life or whatever, write your questions down below in the comments. I'm gonna make a note, and when I get probably about, let's say about 6 questions or more, then I will generate that video. All right, so until next time, I appreciate you guys. Much love, much peace. See you.